So my big decluttering project today is all of Carson's clothes. I haven't gone through his clothes in a really long time. This is so overdue. And with his birthday party and the bathroom renovations and all the things going on, I have not folded his laundry in so long, and I think that he just has too much, and I think that I need to narrow down his collection of clothes and kind of have more of like a capsule wardrobe for him. You can't really have too much of a mess if you don't have too much of something. So I think that by narrowing down his clothing collection, it should be a lot easier for me to stay on top of his laundry. I'm of course going to clean his room too, but my main focus right now is this clothing decluttering project because it's really hard to find him clothes every day when everything is in laundry baskets. So it's gonna make my life easier, it's gonna make his life easier. I think that if we narrow down to maybe like 10 shirts, 10 pairs of shorts instead of like 30 shirts and 20 pairs of shorts, it'll just be easier for everybody. So we're gonna work on that, and I do have the baby with me, so hopefully he will cooperate while I'm filming, but he's kind of already fussing. He took like a 10-minute nap on the way home from Target, so now he thinks he's fully rested, but he is not. So he's gonna be cranky until he gives in and lets me put him back down again, huh buddy? I tried when we got home, but he was just laughing at me, so this is where we're at. I brought everything out into the dining room so that I could work on the table. I find that that helps my back hurt a little bit less when I'm dealing with this much laundry. My dining room table is pretty much the perfect height to fold at, so I try to do this when I can. But what I'm doing here is I'm just going through every single piece of clothing in the bins, and the things that I'm putting on the table are things that I'm keeping, and the things that I'm donating, I'm kind of throwing aside, and then I'll sort them later. If you guys have been watching my channel for a while, then you know I have been wearing glasses for a couple of years now. I'm really excited to share today's sponsor, Pair Eyewear, so thank you to them for partnering with me on today's video. I'll show you what's so cool about these in a second, but for some context, I ordered the Finley frame, and you can get this with your prescription. So that's awesome, and it's much more affordable than other frames. I spent over $300 on my glasses last time I bought frames, but you can get frames from Pair Eyewear for only 60 bucks. What sets these apart though, and you guys are gonna love this, is that you can switch up your style whenever you want using their toppers. They just snap right on over top of your frames. So for me, I was mostly excited that I could get a sunglass topper because I did not have prescription sunglasses. And up until now, I would pretty much just have to live with the sun in my eyes because I can't see without my glasses. But I did also pick out a few other toppers. One is just black, and the other one is called the Cobalt Split, and it's a nice pop of color if I'm ever feeling like switching things up from the neutrals. I have never seen glasses like this before. I think they're just so cool and unique. So if you guys are in the market for a pair of glasses with endless options, I will leave a link in my description box where you can get 15% off.
I'll be the witch you tell your friends about. I'm the crazy ex-girl you pretend you don't know, 'cause you know I could ruin your life. Rumor has it you have someone new.
I wanted to keep some things for Sutton, but the issue that I have with my kids is that one was born in January and one was born in July, and Carson was born kind of a big baby. He's always been in like the 99th percentile, but Sutton is more of like an average size, normal size baby. So he's pretty small, at least to me, and so far he hasn't fit into much of Carson's hand-me-downs. So I'm hoping that some of the things that I save will fit him at some point in the correct season, but I wanted to be mindful of that instead of just keeping every single thing that I had of Carson's, because chances are Sutton won't be able to use all of it.
Someone like you. Don't forget I know your secret.
When it comes to big decluttering projects like this, I try to just take it one step at a time, and sometimes it takes me multiple attempts before I get it right. So this day I was kind of separating things out where I thought they would go, like donate versus keep or trash. But I did end up going through these bins again, which you'll see later, just because I felt like the ratio was a little bit off of what I was keeping versus what I was donating, and I really wanted to declutter as much as possible. Sometimes I really put this stuff off, but then when I actually get into it, I get the decluttering bug and I just want to declutter everything. So sometimes just getting started is the hardest part, but this started off as a clothing declutter, and then you guys will see I ended up pretty much decluttering Carson's entire bedroom. And once I did this, I seriously felt so good, and now I'm kind of inspired to go ahead and declutter every single room in our house. You guys know I have been working on decluttering my house pretty much this entire year, but we have had a lot of life changes in the last few years, so much stuff has accumulated, and like I said, you don't always get it right the first try, so this is a constant work in progress for us, and I would love to end up living a more minimal lifestyle with less stuff in our house, and that's kind of what I'm working towards. So I was thinking of starting a decluttering series dedicated to just decluttering every single room in our home. So if you guys are interested in seeing that and going room by room in each video, make sure that you leave a comment down below letting me know.
There is only one of you, only one of me. There's a million of those who won't let us be, but they're not gonna see me bleed, 'cause baby I got you. I've been beaten to the ground, dragged across the dirt. I've been scared to live 'cause some people never learn, but they're not gonna.
Now that we have done the majority of the sorting, I'm going to fold everything that I'm planning to keep, but I made sure while I was doing this to pick every single piece up and really take a look at it and see if maybe it had any rips or if it had any stains that I hadn't been able to get out. And I was able to weed out a few more things by doing this and get rid of just that much more. I find that clutter is just constantly finding us right now, and it seems like every single time we get rid of a whole bunch of stuff, more things come into our house. Like, for example, Carson just had a birthday, so we brought in a bunch of new toys when I just recently did a toy declutter. So it just feels like a never-ending cycle of things coming in, and then I'm constantly trying to get rid of things, and I don't really have the answer to how to end that cycle. And I think that while we have young kids, it's going to be very tricky, but I'm just trying to be more mindful of the things that I'm bringing into our home. And sometimes it can feel really overwhelming when I'm trying to clean. I just feel like there's stuff everywhere and I don't know where to put any of it because our house is pretty small. And to me, that just tells me that we just have too much. So I'm constantly trying to declutter to make my life a little bit easier, to make cleaning up a little bit easier, and to just overall be a less stressed person, because clutter makes me extremely stressed. But if you're in the same boat and sometimes you feel really overwhelmed by the clutter and you just feel like you can't stay on top of it, I just want you to know that I see you, you're not alone, and we're all in this together. I'm trying to do voiceovers right now with a very tired baby who is fighting his nap. So if you guys hear some yelling in the background, it is just my 6-month-old fighting sleep, which just seems to be the story of our lives these days. So this is what I've done so far. I've put everything into different bins. So this bin as of now is like the save for Sutton bin for when he gets bigger, and then this one is the donate bin. I think I want to go through this bin again just to be really realistic with myself, because in 4 years time when Sutton is fitting into these things, maybe styles have changed, or maybe I just want to buy him some new things. So I don't want to have too much hand-me-downs that I'm ultimately not going to use, since they were born in opposite seasons, and so far I haven't been able to use a lot of Carson's hand-me-downs for the baby because of that. So I think I'm going to go through this again and just try to be really, really ruthless with myself, even though I've told you guys before I have a very hard time letting go of my kids' clothes. It almost feels like I'm like throwing away their childhood. So I'm going to go through this again, and then this bin is all the things that I'm planning to keep as of now, but as I'm putting them away I may make some changes. But there's still some things in his dresser that I need to go through, so we're going to go through that next, and then we will deal with this again.
Tell me when it's over, I got someplace that I gotta be. It won't leave. My friends say, get out of your comfort zone, it's a blessing in disguise. Get out of what you call home, your name is written in the sky. It might feel just like you're on your own, but baby, it's another lie. Remember, you were made. I try to work, but it doesn't work. I try to say something, but there's no word. I try to justify my actions, less reactions, heartbeat raising. Oh, it doesn't work.
Both of my kids' dressers have pretty big, deep drawers, which I actually find kind of difficult because obviously they're still really small. So I can't fill these drawers, and I don't want to do that either. But I find that after I spend all this time organizing their clothes and folding them in that filing method, and it looks really nice, Carson will go ahead and open his drawer to find something to wear, and everything will fall over because there's just too much empty space. So I like to use drawer dividers as much as I can, and the ones that I'm currently using are the Scub ones from IKEA. But I do think I want something a little bit more sturdy to kind of push his shirts and his pants and things forward so that they are less likely to fall over. These ones work great for like his pajamas and his underwear and socks and all that stuff, but just the shirts and the pants, I think I need a better solution. So I may end up buying one of those adjustable drawer dividers to help push everything forward and make it less likely to ruin all the hard work that I put into folding every single time the drawer gets opened.
Work.
While I was at it going through all of his clothes, I also went through all of his sweatshirts that were in his closet and weeded out the ones that were just too small for him.
Yeah, I know that. You're the traveling kind. It's a known fact. Yeah, I know that. Once you've seen all the things, all the places, I hope it means.
Now we are sorting through all of the clothes that I'm planning to keep versus donate, and I made some major progress when I did this the second time. I was a lot more ruthless with myself and able to part with a lot more things than I had originally planned the second time I went through it.
I hope I'll be your life-changing sensation. all the places. I hope it means that you'll come home to me once you've traveled the world, all the spaces inside your heart.
So this is where we were at. This is the donate pile, and this is the keep for Sutton pile. So big changes here. I did a good job thinning that stuff down. So I'm gonna get a bag for all that to go in. This I'm gonna put into that black bin over there. That's actually why I've had this bin in here forever, and I've just been putting this whole project off. So I'm gonna get all that folded and put in there. These are socks that I don't have matches for. I'm not playing the game anymore where I keep the ones that I can't find the matches for and hope that I find them. I'm just gonna get rid of them and get him some new socks. And I think this time I'm just gonna get him a bunch of socks that all look the same, so it's a lot easier for me to keep track of them, and I'm less likely to end up with a bunch of mismates since they'll all match each other. This is how things are looking in the drawers. So these are all of his pajamas. These are a couple of looser shirts that I think would work well as like night shirts and comfy shirts. And then in this drawer we have all of his short sleeve shirts, and I'm using this right now to kind of push these forward so that he can see better what he has. Obviously I kept more than 10, but this is really not bad. This is manageable for me, so I'm very happy with how many short sleeve shirts he has now. But I'm gonna try and find something better to like push his clothes forward, maybe like one of those adjustable drawer dividers or something, because it's hard for him to see what he has when they're all back here. It kind of goes pretty deep, so I think it'll be easier for him if they're all kind of pushed forward. So if you guys have any ideas, let me know. Down here I have his shorts. There's really not much in there, so that means I should probably buy him a couple more pairs that actually fit him. All the ones that I put into the donate pile or in the keep for Sutton pile are size 5T, which he really doesn't fit into anymore. They're just a little bit short because he's quite tall. So I'll get him some shorts that actually fit him to replace what he's lacking in here. In this drawer we have underwear, and then we also have his socks. So that's all he has right now that I could find matches for. So I'll just, like I said, get him some that all work together so I don't need to be just having such a hard time finding matches. And then that's a bathing suit top. And here we have long sleeve shirts. So this is all he has for long sleeve. I'll definitely need to buy him some more when we approach the fall and like back to school. So this is all he has left that still fits him. And then finally down here we have pants and sweatpants. He's definitely going to need some more jeans for school. All he has is this one pair. So we'll definitely have to go jeans shopping, but he's good on sweatpants. So don't need to buy any of those for this season.
Is everything pale and cold? Can't seem to pick up my phone. It's been ringing all day long. Behind these clouds, I know the sun will be, but today's raining, so be patient with me.
This bag was super heavy, and I was so proud of myself for everything that I was able to get rid of.
Must be somewhere the sky is blue. I'm too tired to sleep, too tired to do anything else than doing nothing. I'm too tired to rest, too tired, I'm blue. Can't do nothing else than doing nothing. Inside my room, the heat's like a warm embrace. My bed feels like heaven. I lose track of time and space. Behind these clouds, I know the sun will be, but today's raining, so be patient with me.
Like I said earlier, once I finished the clothing declutter project, I felt so inspired to go through the rest of Carson's room and really just get rid of some things. So this bin was full of a bunch of miscellaneous toys, little pieces, and things like that that honestly sometimes I'm afraid to throw away because I'm so scared I'm going to throw away some little piece to a toy that he needs, and then the toy is no longer going to function and I'm just going to feel really bad. But sometimes you do have to go through and just throw away all those little dollar store toys or the McDonald's Happy Meal toys or just the little things that come in the Kinder eggs and stuff like that. You just can't hold on to that stuff. It creates so much clutter and unnecessary mess. So if you were looking for a sign to go ahead and guiltlessly throw away some of that stuff like I did, then this is it. Go grab that bin. We all have it, and just toss all that stuff because you don't need it.
I'm too tired to sleep, too tired to do anything else than do nothing. I'm too tired to rest, too tired I'm blue. Can't do nothing else than doing nothing. I'm acting surprised, but I know I'm not over you. Keep missing our fights, even though they're so overdue. We had a fire, now we're watching it burn low. Isn't it time we go?
Like I said, Carson did just have a birthday. He turned 5 and he's really into Lightyear right now. I don't know if you guys have gone and seen that movie yet, but we took him to go see Lightyear. It was his first time ever at the movie theater and he had so much fun. But he, of course, got some Lightyear toys for his birthday. So I'm not sure exactly where they're going to go yet in my house. I need to figure that out. But they were laying on his bed, so I just put them all aside for now.
Struggling to come through. We had a fire that we watched it burn out. Isn't it time we go our separate ways? Not enough time.
And this is the end result of everything that I was able to toss. These were just the odds and ends that did not have a place and definitely did not need to be in my house anymore. Now we're just going to pick up Carson's room a little bit. We're going to make his bed, put away his blankets, and I will continue to declutter when we go into his closet.
Surprised, but I know I'm not over you. Keep missing our fights. Think I'm losing my mind, but I guess that's what love do.
If we have a wide open surface in our house, it will become a catch-all. No surface is safe, including Carson's dresser, so I'm going to clear this off and get rid of anything that was trash or just something that I knew we didn't need anymore. Now we're going to work on sorting through Carson's book collection. He has been so into reading lately, and we've taken in a bunch of new books that we just don't have room for in his closet. So I do want to get him bookshelves in his room. I just haven't found ones that I like yet, so we're still storing them on the shelf in his closet. But anyway, I wanted to sort through them, get any of the seasonal ones out of there and stored away until that season comes around, get any books that may be more baby appropriate and take them out and put them in his brother's room, and then any that we just don't read or are extremely damaged, I did end up getting rid of. The ones that were in good condition, I did donate to the library, so if you guys have extra books lying around your house, just know that you can do that. I'm sure everybody knows, but just in case you didn't, that is an option. We recently joined a book subscription service, and it's called Literati, and it's something that they tailor the books to your child's age and interests. And so far, we're really loving it. So if you guys are interested in Literati, I'll try to leave a link down below if I remember to add it.
I'm leaving this behind 'cause I wanna stay the same. After all that we've been through, I always knew I'd be the one to care a little bit way too much. So now I'm gonna make a fuss. It has always been about you, never been a table set for two. You never care a little bit, not much. So now I'm gonna
I can have a really hard time saying goodbye to Carson's artwork, even if it's literally just stickers on a piece of paper. But I really thinned it out on this day, and that felt really good. So I didn't have quite as much paper clutter all over his room, and he is not going to notice that any of it is gone. Now I'm just doing one final sort of the books just to separate out the ones that are going in the baby's room versus trash versus seasonal, and ones that we're going to donate. And then I'm going to vacuum up Carson's room. But that is it for this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed this one. Don't forget to check out Pair Eyewear. The link is down below in my description box. I just want to say thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this declutter and it inspired you to go ahead and declutter a space in your home. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you are new, and I hope I'll see you again next week for another video.